Hello and welcome to today's video. We'll be taking a look at Red Bull KTM's Tom Vialle in his very first podium and overall win that he earned at Southwick this weekend, and that he felt that it wasn't really that rough of a track. Then we'll take a look at how Haiden Deegan felt about his mediocre day and how he earned the points lead. We'll then get into the veteran rider coming out of retirement, Jimmy Decotis, and what he had to say regarding his fantastic out-of-retirement racing. And finally, we'll look at why Pro Circuit Kawasaki's Jett Reynolds pulled out of the race after qualifying. Now, before I get into the news, head to the mxnetwork.com and grab a magazine. I did a full restock on the site, so all of my magazines are now available. Huge thanks to all you guys who bought a copy. It means the world to me. Alright, today's Moto News is brought to you by Sweet Life CBD. Sweet Life has some of the best CBD gummies, oils, and topicals, so if you're in pain, which we all are in motocross, head to getsweetlife.com or click the link in the description. Use code TMN to get 20% off your order. For the first story of the day, we have Red Bull KTM's Tom Vialle and his incredible performance. I personally expected Vialle to be a podium guy every single weekend for pro motocross, and I honestly thought he'd give Hunter Lawrence a run for his money this year. Well, I was clearly wrong, but he's been on the struggle bus for his standards. Now he's a two-time world champion, and finishing off the podium for the first 5 nationals, that was pretty unexpected to me. Come to find out, he's been really struggling with the American KTM. As most of you already know, the World Championship in Europe allows manufacturers to adjust and make changes to the bike that the AMA does not. Therefore, the bike is vastly different, and Vialle has claimed that's the biggest issue, and that his fitness and speed has nothing to do with it. Well, this weekend in Southwick, Vialle got it done with a 1-3 for first overall, thus earning his first win and podium of the season in one race. Not only did he perform well, but he also kind of hinted at the fact that Southwick was nothing for him, as he rode Lommel and Valkenswaard in the Netherlands and Belgium all the time. So, this track was kind of a cakewalk for him. Here's what Tom Vialle had to say regarding his incredible performance at Southwick.
How did you feel on this track, considering the conditions?
Yeah, we are. I mean, in Europe, all the team are more or less based in Belgium, so we often ride in the sand or in the winter. Or we used to do a lot of sand. So I mean, like the track is a little bit different. Underneath was kind of hard, so it's no way like Lommel this track, but maybe like close to Valkenswaard or track like this, like where it's hard underneath. And I mean, I like the track. Was pretty nice. Actually, was not super rough. Was rough, but more like small braking bump. Like was not big wave, like we can see in Lommel. But was nice. I had some fun.
It's kind of hilarious to hear that from a rider, but it's 100% truthful. American national tracks are nothing compared to most MXGP tracks. American tracks have big jumps and are harder because of that. MXGP tracks have wicked deep sand, wicked rough conditions. That's what makes it harder over there. So there's a big difference. I could just imagine in my head like Justin Cooper and RJ Hampshire sitting there kind of sweating a bit, laughing like when he said that. It was funny to me. Anyways, I think this is just the beginning of something great for Tom Vialle. Maybe he finally found his stride and comfortability on that bike. Or maybe it was just a track. We'll have to find out at Spring Creek this weekend, I guess. On to our second story of the day, and that is regarding Haiden Deegan's unexpected step up to the points lead this weekend. Not only has Haiden Deegan rode impressively, but he has also been handed 2 gifts from God now, with Hunter's crash at Redbud, giving him a 25-point advantage, and now his bike blowing up at Southwick, giving him another 25-point advantage over him. Or opportunity, I should say. At the end of the day in Southwick, it was a bit rough for Deegan standards with a 4:10 for 6th overall, which, after winning at Redbud, that wasn't expected. I don't want to take anything away from the kid. He deserves everything he's achieving, but I wish we could see him fight forward against Hunter Lawrence instead of inadvertently being handed the points lead. I'm not taking anything away from him, but hopefully we can see those battles for the lead in the coming weeks now that the points gap is so close. I think it's like 6 or 7 points, I think. It'll be really fun to watch. They're both extremely fast. Let's see what Deegan has to say about Southwick. Deegan said in a post-race statement, quote, "We'll take the positives from Southwick, leaving with a red plate and points lead. We are hungry to keep working to be better. I didn't ever think I would be holding a red plate for my rookie season. Big thanks to my team, Swanee, and my parents for all they do for me." I also wanted to include this clip. It shows how Hayden's still a kid and funny as well. Here's a couple social media clips. Him and his dad and his family posted of him walking around the track at the end of the day with his red plate taped to his bike and his chest. Here it is.
In one and go. Like, you can't, like, even this, like, see this rut right here, dude? You have to follow out. You can't. This is the mullet, dude. Sheesh.
On to our next story of the day, and this one's regarding the retiree who decided to race for the first time in 5 years this weekend, and that is Jimmy Decotis. Decotis has been retired ever since he was diagnosed with Lyme disease 5 years ago, and has since dedicated his time to figuring out his health, and it seems he's got it down pretty good. This weekend at Southwick, Decotis decided, hey, I'm going to grab a bike, throw on some gear, get a couple sponsors, and show up and race, and he didn't disappoint. He started off the day lightning fast with speed that nobody else had. Now, granted, he did go on the B qualifying session, so he had a newer track, but he was still lightning fast. If you haven't seen a clip of his hot lap, here's the clips.
It's truly our version. This is America's sandbox, so our version of
Truly an incredible performance after 5 years of not racing professionally. He ended up qualifying first in 250 class. I tried to look up the time difference, but apparently Pro Motocross's site was screwed up, so I didn't get the time difference, but he qualified first. Now here's what Jimmy Decotis had to say regarding his surprising re-entry to the sport.
Going good. Took advantage of the B group, smooth track. I used my local knowledge and laid a heater right down. Did a 206, 207, and then late in the practice I ended up doing a 208. So I was actually happy with that. I feel like I backed it up, and then that last one just ran into a lot of traffic and did a 214. So that's honestly where I'm expecting to be. My 214 puts me in like 14th in that practice, and I feel like if I can have two solid motos, I don't do this heat very well. This isn't my job anymore. So to be top 15 overall would be a win today, really. I know with this time qualifying, people are going to get some high expectations for myself, but I'm just keeping it low. I'm going to work on Monday, so this is strictly for fun, and I just want to survive both motos and score points and go from there. You know, these guys are really good, and just because I have the ability to lay one or two down doesn't mean it's going to happen the whole moto. So I'm just going to go and do my best, and I think the fans are just happy that I'm even out here, no matter where I finish. So that's the goal. This was a really cool experience. My first fastest qualifier. I've done it in Supercross, but never outdoors after 5 years. So it was really cool, and it's been special so far. So I'm just trying to keep the ball rolling and enjoy it. It's going to be hot today, so I'll be in that ice bath right after the first moto and right after the second one, so it's going to be fun.
It was really awesome to see this guy on top in the qualifying sessions. Now onto the motos. Decotis said he wanted to finish top 15 on the day, and that's exactly what he did. He went 12-17 for 15th overall on the day, so overall the Southwick National was a perfect day for the retiree. I'm so happy for this guy and glad he came out. To ride like that in an absolutely stacked 250 class with a lot of rookies was pretty cool to see. All right, our final story of the day is regarding Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki's Jett Reynolds. Moments before the first moto of the day at Southwick over the weekend, we learned Jett Reynolds was a late scratch of the day. In the two qualifying sessions, Reynolds finished 12th and 15th in the combined qualifying, but he didn't line up for the motos. Although details were yet to be provided, Reynolds and the crew pulled the number 124 Kawi from the gate of the first moto, ending his day early, and he was replaced in the starting gate. Well, this morning, we finally got an explanation from Kawasaki. They said in a press release, quote, after turning laps in practice, Jett Reynolds made the tough choice to sit out with suspected food poisoning. Through the 6 rounds of AMA Pro Motocross we've gone through so far, Reynolds sits 20th in the 250 class standings. He had a first turn crash in the moto at Thunder Valley National a few weeks back, causing him to miss High Point. The rookie ended up returning at Redbud, finishing with a moto best finish of 11th in the first moto, but then he was involved in that first turn pileup with Hunter Lawrence, Derek Kelly, and others. So that was unfortunate. Hopefully we can see Jett Reynolds show back up this weekend and see what he's got. I hate seeing rookies sitting out racing. Well, that's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoy my content, subscribe if you're on YouTube and follow if you're on Spotify. If you want to support me directly, head to the mxnetwork.com and snag a magazine. I got like 6 or 7, maybe 8 issues up there. I don't really know anymore. If you want to get rid of those aches and pains, head to getsweetlife.com and use my code TMN for 20% off your order. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.